Well, good morning, everybody. We got on-road trucks coming today. We, as in I. Over there is pretty much on grade. Everything back behind me is on grade. We just got to fill in this area. We undercut here and add 5 or 6 foot of fill down there up to the edge of the road there where it drops off. But yeah, we got a pretty long day of hauling dirt here. We'll be putting it in and mashing it. And we got the track over there at the dirt pit loading trucks. So it's going to be a long day. Long couple of days to get this thing up to grade. But we're going to set in here and hammer down, see if we can't get this thing knocked out. Well, folks, we've got problems. The dirt pit was a bust. We had a job lined up. We were going to have to load out about 4,000 loads of register. He had 4,000 loads of register. He probably does, but we had a solid cap rock that was about 4 foot thick. We don't have a hammer or anything along those lines to do what we need to do, so we're having to back up some money. So we're there's a quarry here in town that has red dirt too. That's kind of where we're at. So we're having to reroute all the trucks over there and get them going. That's kind of where we're at right now. I'm gonna kill some time over here and try to fix it. There was supposed to be a retaining wall right here, and we cut it out for a retaining wall. That's what was on the plan. Wasted it. We're going to build this slope out of it. I think we're going to sod it. We're going to put it on too. So that doesn't make this interesting. It's hard to get anything to grow up to. We're going to have to put it sod it. It all out the wall, and then when it's dug out, then they decide they want to get a slope in. Next money. Do whatever you want to do, but it just takes money. Got new latches for these doors coming. This tractor that the door latch is supposed to latch around, rather than worn out, so the door's sitting there wiggling. Probably really annoying to listen to on camera. I may, if it's super annoying, I may just edit the audio out and just play a video, play some kind of knock off rock music or something over this. out of there. Just really overall, so you can kind of take a crack at this. Off the bat. Mashing for stuff. Taking this in there. Now the track goes hauled off site, so I really wish this was like yeah, see. Our door latch may be messed up too. Here, I'll show you guys another one. Now, see this? See this striker pin right here? See how worn it is? So this latch is supposed to pull over it, and it does, but as you can see, it's so worn out that it won't let it, when it latches down on it, it's got slack in it. So, but I've got new ones ordered. These must be good tomorrow. There probably won't be too many more loader videos until I start building that line out of my car. I've got new paints and bushings ordered for this dog bone out there to get the slap on it. I found the door latches aftermarket, so it ends up being the door latches. We'll change those too. And I know those strike pins are, you know, I'll get a bunch of video today putting out there. I'm gonna have, I think about 5 or 6 hours. Keep me busy all day long. just messing with this slope here. I'll bring the camera back on when I get some trucks. Well, folks, there it is. It's roughed in anyway. It's pretty good for a dadgum track loader, if I say so myself. Turned out pretty nice. Starting from the bottom and working my way to the top, I'll take that every day of the week. That's a pretty slope to build with a big damn 963 dinosaur. But anyway, I got all that done now, and I'm just waiting on trucks. So I'll turn this on hopefully when the trucks get here. But like I said, we had to back up and punt. The dirt pit was a strikeout. It was kind of a really weird situation. We hit solid rock, and it just it didn't really work out very well. So anyway, but I will see you guys here in a little bit when all these trucks get here with this dirt. All right, folks, we got some red dirt coming in. Looks like pretty good stuff, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not too wet. That second load looks a little drier. I'm gonna guess that this came out of the edge of the pile. It's gonna be nice and warm today, so maybe it'll bake. It'll be hard to grade out, I know that. Sticky as it is. About it. That shit better dry up pretty quick. They can have this shit back. This damn near mud. We'll see what happens with it. This load looks like it's a little drier. Hard to make a field look pretty when the trucks are driving over what you're blading off before you get it compacted, because they'll run it up, make it look ugly. But it's gonna take a bunch of dirt to do what we're trying to do here. That's for sure. Unfortunately, I touched on this morning, but the dirt pit we were going to get the dirt from ended up being a bust. I dug down. Well, Dad was supposed to be out there hauling or loading, and I was going to be here putting it down. So he calls me. He says, "Hey," he says, these trucks can't get in and out of here. Something. I'm like, well, shit, all right. I'll go out there. daggum truck driver, he didn't drive on the road that I built. He drove to the right of it, and he sunk up to his tits. I undercut the road and made it pretty and walked it in with a traco and, you know, did all this stuff to make sure they didn't get stuck. And he drives right off the freaking nice road I built, first order of business. So I had to go out there and do that, and then I went out there and did some digging, and it turns out there's a rock bluff 4 foot under the dirt, and it didn't work out real well. So anyway, we'll see what this one does. He's backing in. I'll just get him backed up right here. I'm sure that he's smart enough to back around through here. That worked. Good. That works. Sometimes you'll learn when you deal with these dump truck drivers a lot. You just kind of gotta let them gotta let them do what they're gonna do. You know, don't be too anal on, you know, trying to get them to do everything the right way all the time, because they're just not gonna. They're just not. It's not in their DNA. You know. The rare occasion you'll get a dump truck driver that has done this before. Oh, I hope he don't turn over. That stuff's sticky. Oh, what the? I'd go down, Bubba. Oh, Lord have mercy. That made me nervous. The rare occasion, anyway, what I was saying is, the rare occasion you'll get one that's been in the industry, you know, that has moved dirt before. So he kind of has somewhat of a clue on what's going on, but oftentimes it's not. They've never moved dirt before, so they don't really know. You know, how to get in and how to be efficient. You know, kind of the way they need to cycle and whatnot. So just getting them in the job and getting them dumped is the biggest thing. You know, getting them dumped in a general area. They're never going to do exactly what you need them to. I was watching the roller and I just made a big old hole down here. What I was saying is they're never going to do exactly what you need them to. They're always going to find a way to get in, you know, get in the wrong spot, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like right here, like he backed in the way he thought he needed to, and it wasn't really the right way. So we just got him in here and got him dumped and sent him on his way and kind of coached him a little bit on what we're trying to do. And it'll take them a few rounds, but they'll get a system going here, maybe. We got to try and fix the throttle cable or something on that compactor. It doesn't back up hills worth a dang. The drum don't pull anyway, so that's already a kind of an issue. But it doesn't want to back up hills. I mean, it was spinning right there to my left, and that's not steep at all. So he's gonna have to run the field backwards. Well, those shedders are going to get their job, their work cut out for them today. This is sticky stuff. We'll see what we're holding when we back another truck out there on it. Really good dirt, it's just a touch wet. Can't figure out what the hell he's trying to do. I swear, sometimes he just acts like he's lost his baby in a top of spar. What his game plan is. Alright guys, that's a couple loads, 3 loads knocked in there. I'll turn this camera back on. There's going to be a lot of editing in this video because these trucks are kind of cycling weird right now, so I'll turn this back on here in a little bit. Come on back, truck driver. Come on back. Come on back. Yeah. Right there. Perfect. I've got them dialed in now. It just takes a minute to get, you know, to learn these boys. How you know, because I guess every dozer operator does it differently, and I can see that, but you know, it gets to a point where, damn, come on guys, let's get with the program here. We're getting it figured out. We're up here flat enough now that the masher can actually do something. So we don't have to run the tracks off of that 963. Mashing in with it. It was that 963 was just getting stuck, or not the 963. That compactor was just getting stuck down there, and I'd have to take the dozer down there and push it out every time. I told Dad, I said, hell with this. I said, let's just freaking go mash dirt with that 963 until we get up here flat enough that, you know, we can do something. It just comes naturally. Boy, this is wet. God, this is wet. It's pretty daggum hard to grade too, because the dirt doesn't fall at the blade like it's supposed to. You end up shoving mud, you know, shoving big clumps. Hell, he's stuck right there. That thing's a piece of shit now, I'm telling you. It was kind of shitty already before it had a shell kit on it. Now that it's got a shell kit on it, it ain't worth a damn. They don't want to back up. They don't want to do nothing. We gotta get that drum where it'll pull. It ain't worth a damn. Right now, the way it is. That's a fact. Trying to tie all this in where our cut was to our fill down here. It's a little difficult because the cut. Oh gosh. Oh. occasional boulder that sends me flying. I guess he's giving up. I'd give up on that damn thing. That's activating. He keeps trying to give it. Oh, I guess he's gonna make a NASCAR track. He keeps getting stuck trying to back up. I guess he's just going to have to start. I guess he's just going to have to start pulling up or driving a circle around through here like he's doing. I don't know. Well, that thing makes a mess. I know that. It picks up all the dirt and it leaves its little droppings everywhere, so it don't even look like it sheds the dirt off the drum, and it don't even look like you've done anything to it. I gotta clip that off. I can't stand to look at that. Now, that's ugly. Old Masher does a good job. It's gotta be able to have that, make that drum pull, because it is just awful without that drum pulling. Looks like he's giving up again. Well, I don't blame him on it. I wouldn't mess with that piece of shit for 2 seconds. Not until the drum starts pulling. See if I can get this in the dump right here. It just comes naturally. Sometimes if you raise and lower the blade, they'll kind of see what you want. Help them get lined up. This one may have a hard time getting out of here. I don't know. I'm gonna try to back him up here as far as I can. That'll work. Let her rip. I was gonna back him on up or give him more room to get out, get his head turned around back down the hill, but he stopped right there, so that's where he's gonna be. Well, that's just mud. It's ridiculous. I don't know where they're digging this shit out of, but it's awful. Probably out of a dadgum pile. It ain't sticking to the bed real bad. Which is odd, as wet as it is, but whatever. I know it's hard to make this stuff look good when it's this wet. It sticks together. It don't want to spread very well. You end up with a bunch of chunks. Kind of like pushing rock. When you're trying to grade something off and you flick a rock out of the ground and you push it 100 yards before you realize that you've left the dadgum trench right in the middle of where you were pushing. Kind of the same scenario. This is actually one of the better loads. Surprisingly. Got to wiggle the hell out of the blade sometimes to get that dirt to fall, or you'll push it from here to China. I think that just about fixed our hole there. 3 inches. I hit the only big rock in the whole bunch. That'd be all right. It ain't the prettiest right now, but I'm doing the best I can with what I got. This dang pad that we're putting this stuff down on over here now is so freaking hard that if you do get a boulder, it ain't got nowhere to go. It's like running over it in a shot rock pile. So it makes it a little aggravating. I have got to get that mechanic over here to figure out. I think it's a hydraulic, something to do with the hydraulics. There's a I think a thermostat that operates the hydraulic oil. You know, let the hydraulic oil into the cooler versus bypassing it where the oil can warm up quicker or whatever. And this one it'll run halfway up the temperature gauge when you're just absolutely dogging it, sticking its head in the ground and just getting a full blade and just absolutely dogging its ass. And just this little pissy push I'm doing here, it's running up there 3/4. So it doesn't make any sense. And I talked to a guy that's kind of familiar with hydraulics and everything, and he said it's probably some kind of it's either a sensor, a fan parameter sensor, or something to do with something that regulates your oil flow through the cooler. And when you're pushing real hard, it's pushing more oil through it, thus not letting it bypass, the cooler and go back to the tank. So it cools it down, it stays cooler. So I've got to get with that guy and see if it's a fan parameter that's messed up on it or what it is, because it's running warmer than it needs to be, just doing this little baby push here. So I see he's giving up on the roller again. He keeps trying to make that daggone roller work, and it just ain't gonna work. So we go back old school, mash it in with that 963. That's all you can do. If your daggum compactor won't pull back up a hill, it ain't worth a damn. So anyway, all right, guys, you get the idea here. We'll finish this lift out and we'll start back on another one. But I don't know if I'll turn the camera back on today or not. I've got a bunch of footage. I'll get you a video at the end of the day. But other than that, guys, this is all that's going on. We're just in a big field right now. All right, folks. We'll see y'all back in a minute. water crisis here, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff's wetter than my ass. And it's pumping. And I'd call the property owner, the owner of this plot that's paying for all this, and get him out here and show him how wet this dirt is that he's paying for. And let him know, hey, this stuff's pretty nasty stuff. What do you want us to do? You want us to keep putting it in? You want us to, chalk it? Well, what do you want to do? We're gonna put it in and let it. We're not gonna compact it today. We're gonna put it in and see if it'll fluff today. That's all I know to do. Because right now it's too wet and it won't pass a proof roll. Too wet. Trucks are making it pump. It ain't worth a shit. But if he says put it in, that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately. Put it in. No, we're not going to compact it. We're going to let the sun and the air, the wind bake on it all day. The rest of the day, it's 2 o'clock. So I mean, we had a couple more hours of working anyway, but we're just going to let it bake the rest of the day, and hopefully it'll dry out some. That's all I know to do. Flip it off nice and pretty like, and maybe it'll dry. I doubt it, but that's what we're going to do. It's always something, folks. It's always something. It gets exhausting. I mean, it really does. It gets exhausting. Always having to deal with some kind of just bullshit. I mean, y'all can see when I get this on camera here. You can see all the tire marks in it. It's just pumping all to hell. It ain't worth a damn. But I digress. I gave him my 2 cents because he asked for it, and that's the best I can do. that's what I'm talking about here with the fan. That fan won't kick on and just buzz wide open until you get a full blade and you dog this dozer's ass. It just won't do it. But then when you dog its ass, I'm talking about that fan kicks into high gear and it's moving on. I don't really understand it. It's got to be a sensor or some sort of a parameter, you know, that's not right. Because it just lets it run too warm when I'm sitting here trimming and whatnot. But when I really get it a load, it kicks that fan on. It goes to flying. So I don't know what gotta call somebody with cat software and get them out here and let them figure out what's going on with it. Parking lot where, you know, public traffic's gonna come through. No commercial traffic will be up here. So I mean, in theory, he will be fine. But if the city makes him proof roll it, he's not gonna be fine. He's gonna fail a proof roll. Experience, you just gotta kind of let people weigh out their options. This dirt's so daggone wet that you gotta jingle the blade up and down, wiggle it and do, or it'll fall. If not, you're basically pushing the dirt down into the loose dirt, and it just makes a hole. It doesn't fall off the blade like normal dirt does. That right there pushed all the dirt that was supposed to fall right there. It pushed it on out and created a little hole there at the end for the dozer, and that aggravates me. Man, it aggravates, because it won't fall off the blade like you need it to, and then your dozer ends up dipping down in the hole where that dirt was supposed to be. What I can gather, they dug this dirt off of another job they had and stockpiled it wet and never let it dry, and now they're digging it out of a stockpile wetter than hell, as you can see, and selling it to people. I hate that, we couldn't make our dirt pit work. It ain't our dirt pit. There's just a guy that thought he had a lot of good dirt, and it turns out he doesn't. Or he's got a rock bluff and a bunch of mud. surge over the top of it and let her go to hell. If that's what he wants, I'm good with it. I like it. The old saying goes, I can't see it from my house. I am A-okay. We did everything we could do to let him know that what was going on, and you know we had concerns with the dirt, and that's all you can do. Damn dirt, it won't fall down like it's supposed to, and you outrun your dirt. It's supposed to fall into the hole that you're raising your blade up for it to go in, and don't fall off the blade, and then your tracks end up going down in the hole before the dirt falls. That's always fun. All I know is the pad that we built out of the dirt that was on site is perfect. It's hard. God, it's hard. They've hauled 40 loads in here today, and there's not a tire track in it. There's not one tire mark in this dirt we put in. Let the sunball do its thing today, and that's all we can do. If it was 100 degrees out, you'd have come right. I'd be like, all right, we'll put us a lift in, and then we'll wait. You know, we'll just have those trucks dump their loads, you know, up at the top of the fill every time, and we'll let the sun make this moisture out of this dirt. But unfortunately, it's not 100 degrees. It's about 65. Probably not even that. I'd say it's closer to 60 degrees today. It's not very warm. That's all I know, folks. That's pretty much going to wrap this day up. Now that our trucks are shut off, we don't really have anything to do. The owner wants to see if this dirt's going to tighten up, which it kind of defeats the purpose, because yeah, if it tightens up, it's set for 3 or 4 hours. God dang it, fucking rock. It's set for 3 or 4 hours before it got compacted. Probably longer than that. So it kind of defeats the purpose, because we're not going to be able to set for 4 hours at a time in between lifts to try and get it compacted. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But guys, that's going to be a wrap on this video. We We started over there this morning, way down in the ground, probably 4 or 5 foot of fill over there now in that bottom corner. And this is kind of what we got going on here. It's coming along, but we're having a bit of a dirt crisis. So anyway, that's going to wrap this video up. I appreciate everybody watching. If y'all made it this far, be sure to leave a like and try to subscribe if you can. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. YouTube said it does something. I joined a partnership program or something along those lines. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good in theory. But anyway, guys, that's it. I appreciate everybody, and y'all have a good one.